What's up, everybody? We're just going in live, just checking some things out, seeing how everybody's doing. I hope you can hear me okay. I don't know how if my speaker's blocked or whatever. Okay, I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm not on Facebook. I wanted to go on Facebook too. Wonder if I can do that at the same time. I don't know. If I go off here, I wonder if I'm off live. Hello. Hey, can you hear me, YouTube? Okay. Hope the microphone's working. Oh, well, maybe it's because of this. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. So I think I'm working now. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I can't go on Facebook. Can I go on Facebook? If I go off of this, I'm wondering if I'm still on YouTube or not. I don't know. Can I check? Let me try to go live on Facebook. That's not working. I think I got to stay live on YouTube. Yeah, cuts off when I'm not there. All right, so we're good. I don't know. But what's up, everybody? So I'm mainly on here today to answer some different kinds of questions. Particularly today, I wanted to talk about the soul inside of the human body, right? I just want to let everybody know that we got one. that the human body is it's a tricky man. By becoming identified, a spirit soul who's inhabiting a body. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like just like we would drive a car. The soul is what is piloting this machine. You know, the human body as a machine. And I just think that's really wild, man. And we should really pay attention to that, you know, because the soul is different from a material body, you know. And once we can start understanding the qualities of a soul and how it differs from a human body, our material life can benefit from it, you know. I mean, I know I'm a tattoo artist. I'm sitting here. I draw all over my human body, and hopefully I can draw on your human bodies too. But my point is, underneath of that is a soul, and it's eternal. Like it doesn't die when the body dies. It doesn't get destroyed. It doesn't do any of the things that this body does except animate it, make it come alive. And then when it makes it come to life, our consciousness in this body, because a soul is consciousness, it brings, it clicks, it makes everything work. It makes everything make sense, and that consciousness is deep, man. And we need to study where that consciousness comes from. In my opinion, I think that's the things you're going to hear is when people try to teach you knowledge of the soul. All these teachers that have been handed down to us from our parents, parents, from our gurus, from our priests. All this knowledge, it goes back thousands and thousands of years in most cases. And that teaches spiritual science on the soul, and what our internal constitution is important. Just hearing the word Krishna is very important. And I encourage that. Two things. It is going to be to chant Hare Krishna and be happy, and from the 60s in the US. But those two things, I'm and chanting Hare Krishna. So I highly recommend it. Promote that today. Like generally me, I promote that I'm doing a tattoo, so I'll go live. But this time I'm trying to do something to encourage you to come for a tattoo, or even come just to ask deeper questions. You know what I mean? Like literature, some stuff I give away right over here. Hold on. I got these magazines. They talk about the science of the soul. And just come in and ask. And especially if you want to have a conversation about the magazine, some spiritual literature, or can I get a yoga magazine? One I have currently, but I'm looking to get some more. This magazine's great. I'm gonna let me just read from a piece of this magazine. I think you're gonna get a kick out of it. Okay? It says here, modern eyes, and I'm sorry. Modern men want to see everything with their eyes, although they are not sufficiently qualified. Consequently, they disbelieve in the existence of the demigods or of the supreme God. They should see through the pages of authentic scriptures, and they should not simply believe their unqualified eyes. Even in these days, God can also be seen by qualified eyes, tinged with the ointment of love of God. I know that was a little quick, but what he means, what he's saying basically is, we see so many things with our eyes, but we're not qualified to see them, and we start making excuses for these things. Oh, it's because of this, or it's because of that. It's aliens, or it's whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, but it's because we're unqualified. We don't know what we're looking at. When we look at the pyramids, we don't know how they were built, so we just make conjecture. But if we follow scriptures, they basically explain things that came before us and stuff. So, I recommend going with the old lessons that have to be taught. Here's a good one. This is another one. This is from the magazine also. In the back of the magazine, they got little lessons on Vedic thought, and just little paragraphs, bite-sized wisdom. It's very good. This one says, actions performed only out of a sense of duty have their effect only in the mind, intelligence, and false ego, whereas actions done in love and devotion with attachment to the supreme have their effect on the soul. Pure attachment, devotional service emanates from the soul. So when we do things for ourselves, we only really we make a mark in our mind. We become attached to things like sense gratification, or the happiness and distress that we go through in our daily lives, because it's a roller coaster, but we become attached to it. What we're used to is what we expect, and we start to shape our whole perspective by that. But if you shape your perspective with love, it leaves a mark on your soul. And what's tricky, the mind, the intelligence, and the ego are the three qualities that make up the subtle body. And the subtle body is who you think you are. Like as I'm looking into this computer and I can see my reflection, this is who I am, right? This is what I look like. So this is what I think I look like with my intelligence because I see it, and I'm using my mind. My brain is using the senses of the eyes and the ears and the tongue, and you know what I mean? So I know who this is. And the ego, of course, puts it all together in a safe package to be protected. So the mind, intelligence, and ego create a subtle body in the material body. It's almost like the ghost body. Like if I was to be blown up by a nuclear bomb and my whole body just whoosh, got blown away, I would still be standing here looking at myself because this is who I think I am. Does that make sense? But I'm not really that, you know? I'm really a soul, the spirit soul that inhabits that gives action to all of that. And the spirit soul is the only part of that that's eternal. You know what I mean? Everything else is temporary, according to its own nature. The material body lasts, what, maybe 100 years if you're lucky, 80, 70 if you, depends on how you live. So we try to take care of this. Like I said, it's like our car. The soul is driving it. We take care of it like our car. Some of us got a beater. Some of us got a Skoda. Some of us got a Mercedes or a BMW. It all depends on our actions, how we maintain it. Action is just karma. Karma is the translation for action. Action equals karma. It doesn't just necessarily mean you get what you deserve. It just means, you know, whatever actions you do, it has an effect and there's a reaction. So you have to deal with those things. And the more we create, the more we got to deal with. And oh my God, we've been doing this life after life after life for so many different species. It says in the Bhagavad Gita. It's another great book that I recommend everybody read. This is called the Bhagavad Gita. And if you read this, it gives you all the answers, man. Like it tells me that we were 8,400,000 species of animals before we even became human. Because human is very rare, It's easier to be an animal. But when you're a human, hey, you got to think. You got to think ahead. You got to be proactive. You know what I mean? To a different degree. I mean, just look around you. There's no other animals doing the things that we do. You know what I mean? So it's better to use that intelligence to further knowledge of the soul, like I was saying. You know what I mean? It's best to use that intelligence rather than, wasting our time with alcohol and pornography and, I don't even know how to put it. You know what I mean? Like just wasting our time. And let's try not to waste our time. Let's try to use it for our benefit. And trust me, you're talking to somebody that's wasted a lot of time. I can't say I advocated. I look back on it now in my later years and I say, if I would have been on the ball a little bit sooner, like I see some of these other young kids today, I think I've been a little bit more forward, advanced, even where I'm at now. So I just want to encourage you guys, ask these questions. I asked these questions when I was young, but it wasn't serious inquiry. I only took the inquiries as far as it was easily digestible and agreed with my sensibilities already. But when you go back and try to get to that old knowledge, then dovetail it with our modern sensibilities, you'll see they've expected all of this. But just come in and ask, come and get a magazine, man. This will start you off on your journey. I highly recommend just coming and using your intelligence to read a little bit about what was going on like 5,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, when we read the Bible, which is great, it's a couple thousand years old. Quran, that's 1,000 years, 1,500, something like that. We've got the Jewish texts, maybe that goes back 3,000 years, maybe, and then you got like ancient Egypt and Kemet, that goes back like a good 4,000 years and stuff, and then we can go back to Zoroastrian, that's about 4,000 years or so, and you got the Vedas, the the Hindu Vedas and the Puranas and the Upanishads. And these books, they're telling stories that go back 5,000 years. This is, the beginning of writing. So, people 5,000 to 6,000 years ago didn't have to write things down because they were more intelligent. They could just speak and remember things. And then when we get to about 5,000 years or so ago, we got a collective amnesia. We got dumbed down to a degree, and now we're relearning a lot of things. So I invite you to come along and let's learn these things together. Come check out my YouTube channel, 108 Unlimited at Rosaldo or slash RASAALDO. And then we got TikTok here. This is my tattoo shop channel. But like I said, we also try to talk a little bit about some deeper things as I learn it, as I speak it. You know what I mean? As I speak it, so shall it be. Abracadabra. But let's come and do these things together, man. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of collective security. I don't know how YouTube is going. I don't know how. It doesn't seem like my voice is carrying too well over the microphone. I need one of those little microphones, and I don't have one. So for the next YouTube live, I'll have a better microphone. Maybe you could do closed captioning or something and hear me better on YouTube. And yeah, as far as TikTok goes, same thing, guys. I'm going to try to go live on here more often. I don't know if anybody's really watching or you're just scrolling right through, but we're talking about the soul. If you guys have any questions about the soul, please hit me up. Write something down. Give me a little text so I can figure out something that's going on, you know? Yeah, nobody's typing anything. No, there's no chats in YouTube. So I don't think there's too many people that are coming on the YouTube channel giving me a holler. Oh, I don't think I'm going live on Facebook. Am I live on Facebook? Let me check. No. I'm not live on Facebook, and I don't know how good I'm doing live on YouTube. All right, so we're just going to do this for a little while. This is just an experiment. But the main thing I want to get across, the main two things I want to get across, the Grateful Dead, we are not this body, we're a spirit soul, and this soul relates to the names of God. So just chant the names of God, however you see it, Or chant Krishna. Krishna is one of the original names of God. It is the original name, Krishna. It means he who is black, or the black one in ancient Sanskrit, which is like one of the first languages, the root languages of so many other languages like Latin, English, whatever. But my point is, come on in, man. Come ask for a magazine, Back to Godhead. I got a stack of them here. I'm ready to give them out. If you can, get a hold of the Bhagavad Gita and just, read through the translations. I know this is a big, thick book, and it looks pretty daunting, but you don't got to read, this book is the way that it's broken up is it's got like Sanskrit and then translated, and then it's just got a little translation. It's only got like maybe 700 or so translations, of the ancient Sanskrit, because Bhagavad Gita means the song of God. So it's kind of read like a song in ancient Sanskrit. But if you just check out the English translations, you'll get an overview. And then if you want to get a deeper knowledge of that, then you can read the commentaries, which I highly recommend, because the commentaries break down what each translation actually is trying to say, But it's good to get an overview. So you read information. These Back to Godhead magazines. You could Google them, and you can actually subscribe, and they'll send them right to your door. I think they come out really nice. Yeah. So I highly recommend going through that. So people, what have we learned today? Well, I don't see any questions, so we didn't really go through a question and answer period. But my point is, we're not the body. We're a soul driving this body. Grateful Dead is a great rock band. And if we chant Hare Krishna, we'll be happiness is our true position in life. Our soul, which is eternal, right? And it's full of bliss. That's why we always want to think we know we want to know so much, and we always want to be so blissful. We seek after knowledge, but if you seek after eternal, you're starting at the root of something that's eternal, and so you're coming from a pure place. But when you chase, like, you think it's you're going to go through the happiness and distress. This is the world of karma kanda, you know. So come chill with me and let's figure this things out. We'll figure it out together. My guru gave me a chant, and I want to give this chant to everybody. I mean, I know hopefully you've heard this chant before. They call it the Hare Krishna mantra, the Maha Mantra, and it's just basically 3 words. Hare Krishna and Rama, and it's said in a way to create a vibe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And that's the vibe. And so by repeating that, literally, that's all you got to do is repeat that. It trains your mind into think of it like a wheel. There's like a wheel in your brain. And every time you say the word Krishna, that wheel starts to turn. And think about it. It's a wheel. It's very rusty, and it's hard to crank that wheel. You know what I mean? So the first time you hear it, you might dismiss it. The second time you hear it, you might be like, "Oh, I've heard about that before." And the third time you hear it, you might be like, "Oh, and they gave me, I saw some Hare Krishna people, and they gave me a sweet or something." Oh, what's text? Co-host. I don't know how to. I'm not good with the co-hosting thing and stuff. Basically, I'm just trying to just chat away a little bit, and then I can figure this out because I'm also on YouTube the same time I'm doing this TikTok. But if you bear with me, I will figure this out, man. Just let me get through all this, and then please we'll join together. You know what I mean? But give me a few more minutes. I still got to figure this out. But yeah, if you in the meantime, if you want to type something to me or something. Please type something, I appreciate that. But I want to share this mantra, this Hare Krishna mantra. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your patience. This mantra, once it gets that wheel spinning, man, it starts to move like as if it's oiled up, and eventually when it gets going, it brings so much bliss that you'll find yourself dancing and crying, and it's amazing. I mean, don't expect it your first time. Right now, let's just listen and hear it, and get into the mood. And a mantra is something my guru taught me. It means frees the mind. Man means mind, and tra means free. So a mantra frees your mind. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the proper definition of a mantra. And so this mantra is meant to free your mind because there's so much clutter that goes on. And if you could just sit someplace nice and quiet and still, and maybe give yourself a straight back, and quietly, kind of in a contemplative mood, while thinking about the supreme within, in your soul, think, and you would say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. So that is the Hare Krishna mantra. And I want to start doing these kind of yogi exercises here at the tattoo shop. And if you guys are interested, inbox me. You know what I mean? All you got to do is inbox me, and then we can figure out what days would be good. And I'll show you guys how to chant on a mantra. Chant a mantra on a mala. A mala is a string of beads. Let me show you. I think I got some here. So one of the things you'll see a lot of if you see people chanting, and this is whether they're, some Catholics, they chant on rosary beads, and Muslims, they have beads, and Buddhists, they have beads. And so, we as Hare Krishnas also have beads. These are our beads. This is called a mala. And a mala is a string of beads. And on this string of beads, there's 108 beads. And there's also a bead at the top, which is called the head bead. So there's a head bead and 108 other beads. And when you're doing japa meditation, japa means to chant on beads. When you do that, I put the beads in this bag. That way it keeps them clean. Keeps my energy inside the bag. And I don't chant with my pointer finger. You chant with your thumb and your middle finger, right? So I keep my pointer finger out of the bag. That way it just doesn't get confusing. And you chant. So for each bead on here, I would say the mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then I go to the next bead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Come on in. What's happening? I was just doing some YouTubing and stuff and talking to people, but I can answer any questions.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask. I want a tattoo, but it's like I'm a fashion designer, so I would want probably like a needle or scissors or thread with a needle or like a scissors. Something small. How much would it be?
Well, let's say a nice picture. If it's just one of those things, let's say a needle with some thread going through it, maybe you could be looking like 400 rand.
400 rand.
But total for each one could be around 400 or 500.
Oh, okay.
But if you tried to get them all at one time, the price would be less.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. No, it's fine. Never gotten a tattoo.
Take my flyer, please. There's one right up there.
What?
Right there.
This.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll get in touch.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So we still tattoo here. So while we're doing our japa, we stop where we're at, and then when we get back to it, we focus our mind again. Me, when I focus my mind, I focus on my guru, and I would offer my obeisances to my guru, and we're almost done too. Look, we're almost back at the head beat, and this is what I wanted to show you. When we get to 108, we're at about at 100, but then we'll pick it right back up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Now, if you would like to continue, you don't cross this head bead. You spin back around, and you start at this end, and you go back around. But I'm only going to do that one round today, 108 beads. And I think I'm going to start doing that every day on TikTok anyway. I don't know about YouTube. YouTube, I might do this monthly or weekly, and I got to get a better microphone. But I know for TikTok, maybe I'll do my chanting once a day around 6 o'clock. I'll come on TikTok, and we'll do a round of chanting together. It's very auspicious, and it brings blessings to hear this name Krishna. And like I say, when you hear it 108 times, Krishna and Rama, it spins the wheel. And I'll explain it to you if you'd like to stick around to understand what I'm actually saying. This Hare Krishna. Krishna is the name of God, right? The original name of God. It means the all-attractive or the black one, because black attracts everything. Like a black hole, or the color black attracts heat, and all the colors in the rainbow mix together and make black. So Krishna is black, and Hari is his Shakti energy, his potency that creates the world. And it's represented physically and spiritually as his Krishna's girlfriend. Krishna is just like, I don't want to say he's not like a human, but he's like a human, as in he's got a head and arms and legs and all these things, and he's a personality. And so his Shakti also has a personality. And that personality is his eternal consort. And that consort is Hari potency, Srimad Radharani. So Hari Krishna. Now Hari Rama is also saying Hari is Shakti, and Rama is the reservoir of all bliss. It's his pleasure potency. So, when you're enjoying with your girlfriend, your pleasure potency, you create it. So when Hari Krishna gets together and Hari Rama, life and love is created. So that's what we're chanting. And we're chanting Hari Krishna, Hari Rama. They explain it so nicely in this book. They explain it in these magazines that I'm giving away for free. Just come and ask for a magazine. And then it explains it very nicely in this Bhagavad Gita. You know what I mean? And you can find this Bhagavad Gita online, or you can get it at any Hare Krishna temple. Wherever you at, Google Hare Krishna temple, and they're all over the world. You'll find one near you. And they all have a nice little gift shop that explains it. Okay? I think that might be all for today. We've been on about 40 minutes. If anything, we can do another little chant, another little Hare Krishna chant, and use my little kartals, and we'll sing a little song. Yeah, if you're texting me right now, you're gonna have to I want to get to you in just a minute, maybe 15 minutes, but I'm gonna get back to you. Now, even when I sing, I like to start off offering my obeisances to my Guru Dev, Shri 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 Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmati Shri Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayani Namine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, guys.